You are never going to believe what I'm about to teach you about boredom in sobriety. If you feel bored in your sobriety, stay there. It can be your biggest opportunity that you are facing at the moment. And I even think that boredom can be a really beneficial thing for you, and it can work as a catalyst to overcome your alcohol addiction. And I think it's fair enough to assume that the most common advice that you have been heard about boredom in sobriety is about curing your boredom by doing some new activities. And there is nothing wrong with this advice, and I think this advice can be even really beneficial thing for you. But I think there's even better way to tackle with this problem than trying to cure your boredom by doing some activities. So in this video, I will change your whole perception about boredom, and I will help you how you can use boredom as your advantage. And in the end of the video, I will teach you how you can use boredom as a gateway to overcome your psychological addiction. And for those who don't know who I am, my name is Sammy, and in the last 5 years, I have been quitting five different addictions, and now I help other people to do the same with alcohol. So let's begin. First, we have to understand some fundamentals of boredom. So in the modern world, I think we are very allergic and we even fear boredom. There is maybe hundreds or maybe thousands different ways how you can eliminate boredom in your life. And usually when we feel boredom, it's our brain's way to communicate us that it wants dopamine. You can always make a choice and give your brain what it wants, and maybe you can go to the realm of instant gratification, what usually leads always the same results. But I assume that by you watching this video, you want different results. And you can always make a choice, not being slave of your mind, but being the master of your mind. And I think there is a very good quote about boredom. And it goes something like this. All of humanity's problems stems from man's inability to sit quietly in a room alone. Maybe the problem is not that world is boring, that our lives is boring, but maybe it's that we don't simply can tolerate any amount of boredom in our life. And I think it's more the virus of this modern era. And I think we watch boredom totally wrong way. I think boredom can be a really beneficial thing for you. Have you ever been asking a question, what can be a weight in the other side of the boredom if you go through the boredom and not trying to eliminate it or avoid it? Maybe there can be something very beautiful, because I think boredom is a way to transcend our emotions. It's a way to upgrade your emotional life, and it's a way to transcend from negative emotions to positive emotions. When you go through boredom, you upgrade your emotions, and it's a way to experience more rich and fulfilling emotions. Also, Steve Jobs said something really interesting about boredom. He was a big believer of boredom, and he saw boredom as one of the main components of creativity. Also, the author Stephen King said something similar. He said that boredom can be opportunity for a creative jump. And really, boredom is a perfect environment where creativity can grow. Because if you constantly stimulate your mind, if you distract yourself, then there is no space for creativity. And when we can have creativity in our lives, we can live more fulfilling lives. We can come with better ideas how to overcome our addiction. We can come up with new ideas how to improve our lives. So there is multiple benefits of creativity in our lives, and the boredom is the way to creativity. So my point to saying all of this is that first, if we want to use boredom very good way, we have to change our perception about boredom. It's not something that we have to avoid, but it's something that we have to be curious, and it's something that we have to go through, and it's a way to transcend our emotions. So the next aspect of this boredom thing is that we don't only want to focus on this mindset stuff, but we want to also have some physicality in our lives, something that makes physical changes in our lives. So, like I said in the beginning, that there is better way to tackle this problem than to try and cure boredom by doing some activities. So we have to understand that boredom is not only about that you don't have anything to do in your life, but it's also very emotional problem, because some people can have a lot of things to do in life, but they still can experience boredom in their lives. So so it's very emotional thing also. And we don't only want to change behaviors, but we want to change these emotions. And one way to change your emotional life, especially in this boredom thing, is to bring some kind of purpose or mission into your life. And there's multiple benefits of bringing purpose or mission into your life. You start to feel really good about yourself. You start to feel really good about your life. You love to wake up every morning to your new day because you have this purpose. Also, your self-esteem start to rise, which is really beneficial thing for you, because low self-esteem is one of the main reasons why you have the addiction, or it's one of the main drivers of addictive behaviors. And also, when you have clear purpose or mission in your life, you start to automatically know what to do in your life. You don't going to experience the moments when you don't know what to do. So that's the benefits of bringing purpose or mission into our life. And you may be thinking that, well, it sounds good in theory, but how I can discover my whole life purpose in my life? Well, my advice for you is that start small. You don't have to know your whole life purpose at the moment, but you can start small. It can be your purpose can be that you start to create an amazing health, overcome your addiction, help others. Maybe you want to create a great physique. Start with more small purpose. And when you start with small, the bigger purpose will come. And also, if you want to know the purpose of your life, start to spend more time with the question, what is my purpose? So the next aspect of this is that maybe I have to be guilty of telling you the advice that you have been maybe heard 180 times. So fill your life with new activities. But I want to give you a different point of view why you have to fill your life with new activities. So think about if you try to quit alcohol and you still keep doing the same activities that you did when you drank, then basically everything what you do in your life reminds you about your old life, your drinking life, and you start to experience more alcohol cravings in your life, more stress in your sobriety. And I think one of the biggest problem that people face who try to quit alcohol is that the only thing that they try to change is their behavior, but they don't try to change their lifestyle or themselves. So when you quit alcohol, change the behavior, but change also yourself and your lifestyle. And that will make the journey way easier. So fill your life with new activities in the same time when you quit alcohol. So now it's time to reveal maybe the biggest principle of this video. So how to use boredom as a gateway to overcome your psychological addiction. So think about what is the heart of overcoming any kind of addiction. And I would say that the heart of overcoming any kind of addiction is to create a great relationship with yourself. Because usually distorted or very unhealthy relationship with yourself is usually the root cause of addiction. And when we learn to create very healthy, rich and fulfilling relationship with ourselves, then we remove the need for addictive behaviors. And this is really crucial because quitting alcohol is not about leaving the alcohol, but more importantly, it's about removing the need for drinking. It's about focusing to remove the psychological addiction. And maybe you have been experienced the high of quitting alcohol, then just try to imagine the high of breaking free from this psychological prison. It may be 100 times of better than just trying to quit alcohol. And what is the better way to create a great relationship with yourself than to learn to sit in boredom with yourself? Because think about what you communicate yourself when you can sit with yourself in boredom. You communicate that I respect myself. I respect my own company. I have high self-worth. I love myself. And all of these values create a space where sobriety can arise naturally. So in that sense, boredom can be a gateway to overcome your psychological addiction. And now you have all the principles how to use boredom as a gateway to overcome your addiction. But how to start to practice these principles in your life? Because this knowledge doesn't matter if you can't be practical in your life. So let's say that you are a person who have habits to watch a lot of TV, scrolling down your social media and doing a lot of instant gratification things. Then it can be too extreme to just trying to sit with yourself. And my advice for you is that you can start this process step by step. If you have a lot of instant gratifications, things in your life, you can start by sitting with yourself, but maybe you can journal in the same time. You can journal about your thoughts, about your feelings, whatever helps you to be in the boredom. And also you can sit in the meditation, and maybe you can go for the walk in the nature without any distractions like phone, because I think the main idea is that start to do activities that helps you to create a better relationship with yourself. So it means that you do activities where you are with yourself and you are not trying to distract yourself with some distractions. And when you start to spend time really with yourself, then maybe you start to understand the root causes of your addiction. And then you can create solutions for your problems. So concluding this video is that boredom is not a bad thing at all. It can be a really beneficial thing for you, and it's a gateway to transcend your emotional life and also overcome your addiction. So thank you for watching this video, and bye bye.